ScouterStan. Let's talk about communications. Communications is a critical skill that all leaders need to work on a constant basis. This is part 2 of a series about communications. Now, last time we talked about being clear and concise, the ability to use positive language instead of something that would be challenging, and being aware of nonverbal cues. Reminding yourself to always check for understanding and feedback. Always being mindful to adapt to your audience and using visual aids. That is what we covered in part 1. Now let's dive right into part 2 of communications. Practicing active listening is a critical skill for the recipient and the speaker. Giving your full attention when someone is speaking, giving them your full attention. Avoid interruptions and make sure that you make eye contact to show that you are listening. Once the message has been spoken, you should reflect and summarize what was said. After listening to whatever is being presented, reflect back in your head to ensure that you understand. And you can reflect this back to the speaker by using terms like, "So what you're saying is," this will help confirm that the message was received correctly. Being open to feedback is a critical part of communications. Invite constructive criticism. Encourage others to provide feedback on your communication style. This can help you identify areas for improvement. Continuous improvement is a critical skill in communications. Regular reflecting on your communication and expressions and how you speak is an opportunity to improve. Whether it's through practice, reading, or attending workshops, a continuous learning is the key to effective communications. In scouting, we have Wood Badge. Wood Badge is the highest level of adult leader training, and we have courses talking in great detail about communications, even going as far as conflict resolutions and presentations, how to put something together to communicate a message. Now, if you're new to the podcast, there are episodes about Wood Badge that you can go back through the catalog and find. I would highly recommend it. If you're a Wood Badge participant, the course is going to be incredible. So I highly recommend looking into Wood Badge. Timing is key. Choosing the right moment is critical to a good communication. Delivering your message at the right time when your audience is most likely to be receptive. Avoid giving instructions or feedback when people are stressed, tired, or distracted. In our modern times, a lot of youth are bombarded by all kinds of technology and distractions. There's even an issue when we're dealing with screen addictions. Youth are constantly checking their cell phones in the fear of missing out, known as FOMO. It's almost epidemic. Now, again, if you're a pod listener and didn't hear that particular episode, there is an episode in our catalog. So I highly recommend to look at the catalog of podcasts and find that episode about the shocking screen time addiction. Being timely and address the issue and providing feedback as soon as possible, especially after the event or after the communication has been received. Timely communications ensures that the information is relevant and fresh in everyone's mind. Following up in communications. Recap key points. After a meeting or an activity, send a brief summary or recap the key points discussed. This will help reinforce the message and ensure that everyone is on the same page. Follow up with individuals and groups, such as patrols or dens, after an event if they have questions or need further clarification. There are communication tools that we use in scouting. We use tools such as the internet to help with our recruiting. This is through beascout.scouting.org. This is a wonderful tool to communicate your unit's specific information. Making sure that the key three of your unit are actively keeping this up to date is critical in any communications that you do, whether it's before the meeting, during the meeting, or even after the meeting. We also use Scoutbook. Scoutbook is a wonderful tool to use to communicate messages about events and things that are going on within the unit. Now, there are some physical tools like radios, hand signals like putting the sign up, and even whistle codes in Sea Scouts. There are a lot of modern tools for messaging apps, using social media and digital collaboration platforms. Now, a lot of those platforms need to be initiated by the adult leadership, mainly because of youth protection training. It's required that 2 adult-trained participants are on all of those electronic communications. Now, communications across different age groups will vary. Always keep in mind how your communication style should be adapted when dealing with scouts and scouters of different ages. There are many tips for engaging younger scouts and empowering older scouts with leadership communication skills. This can be addressed depending on the age group of the unit. Communications is a very complex and natural thing that we do in scouting. We are constantly communicating our core values found in the Scout Oath and Scout Law. And as Scout leaders, I'm so proud of all that you do in scouting. And I'm so proud that you're taking a moment to think about, in detail, about communications. Constantly self-improving your skills so that you can be the best leader you can be for your youth. That is awesome. Keep up that good hard work, and I'll see you on the trail.